It's Matt Wyatt with all the good stuff you need to know.
Right here on the Zone 105.9 and worldwide
at the Zone1059.com.
Here we go. Let her rip, Tater Chip. Get on in here. How are you feeling about things today on this Wednesday? I'm Matt in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Farm Bureau Insurance, go with the home team. They are your home team at Farm Bureau Insurance all across the great state of Mississippi. Your hometown heroes, that's your local Farm Bureau Insurance agents, and the home team won last night in the Berg. Yeah, tip of the cap. I told you. I told you Southern Miss was good. As if you needed me to tell you. All you got to do is watch them play. They are loaded. Man, Coach Oz has really got something sitting primed and ready to make a splash this year, no doubt about it. You can see it. Veteran. I told you, I watched, I guess it was, when they 10-run ruled Alabama last week in the midweek. And I was watching some of the arms that they put out there, which are some of those that they put out there last night. And you could see, man, that's not, some of that's not your typical midweek stuff. Okay. So, player for player, they match state and the best teams in the country. Southern Miss got a chance. Look, I'm just telling you, it's going to come down to a pitch or two, an inning or two, and an at bat or two. And Southern Miss, they got a chance to win the whole thing. I'm telling you, they have a chance to win the whole thing. And so does State, for that matter. They, State back-to-back losses by 1 run apiece. And, the UCLA thing, you look at that, they get the winning hit. It just bounced over the wall for a ground rule double. They had to stop at second and third and couldn't keep going. And that's the difference in walking that one off. And then, you look at that one last night, come from behind after a furious start by Southern Miss. State comes from behind and just works their way back into the lead, kind of like they always do, at a 2-run lead. And you have the base runners, but you give up the lead because you can't block up a buried breaking ball twice. 2 different times, Miller, this left-handed phenom pitcher for State, he's got great velocity and stuff and everything from the left side. 2-strike count. He buries this breaking ball, gets a swinging strikeout, and 2 times in a row there, you don't block it up behind the plate. It goes to the backstop. So it's a pass ball, and a guy scores from third. One to tie the game, another to take the lead on strikeouts. It's just been the weirdest thing. But it was an incredible game, and tip of the cap to Southern Miss fans. They absolutely filled it up. There were a lot of State fans there too, from what it looked like. But great atmosphere, and Southern Miss got something special this year. They really do. All right. So what do you want to get into? Anything's cool with me. You can comment on the live stream here on this Wednesday. Hey to you. YouTube, Facebook, X land, formerly Twitter. Feel free to pop a comment in there on the live stream if you're watching. What do you think about the baseball game last night? We complaining about umpires? I mean, I don't think we should, but are we? So let me know what you think. Also, text me on the Country Pleasing text line. The number to text the show is 885-3776. 601 number, 885-3776. Country Pleasing sausage on grocery store shelves all around the Southeast. It's the best. I told you, mentioned to you yesterday that I started in on some jalapeno and pineapple. It is big time good. Get it if you haven't had it already. You need to try that. And call me. Let me hear your voice. Let everybody else hear your voice, for that matter. Call me on the Junction phone. Junction delis all across the state of Mississippi. Fueled by Prince Oil Company. They've been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. The number to call is 897-1059. 601 number, 897-1059. So I guess, off the top, that's my deal. I don't come in here to preach at you today. It's not how I do this show. I'm just as concerned with your opinion as I am with my own. Let me know what you think. If you were able to watch State and Southern Miss, I mean, what do you think? Do you think Southern Miss is just off to a hot start, you know? Or do you, like me, do you think, okay, this is a real thing. Like this is legit, could make a real deep run. That's kind of the way I feel about Southern Miss. But really and truly, I feel the same way about State. I mean, I know they've dropped 2 games in a row. 2 best teams they've played, hands down, UCLA and Southern Miss, and both of them away from home, and both of them 1-run losses in games where you had late leads and just didn't close it out. I guess really it goes back to somebody texted either earlier this week, or maybe it was the end of last week, and said that their concern for State was closing games out. And I had a differing opinion. I said, well, for me, they get behind in the first, second inning too often for me. And so I said it was the way you start the games, but I think it is true. Yeah. Being able to slam the door when you have a late lead. 2 games in a row against, real, sure enough, top 5 in the country lineups, and not able to close those out. So maybe that's it. But still, I mean, State's in a position, new coach, where it looks to me like they're still kind of figuring out a few solid roles and what it's going to look like come conference play. State's got a great chance to go win it all. They really do. The UCLAs and the Texases of the world are going to be tough to get by, but they got a chance. But we're going to have some fun here in the state of Mississippi this year if you are a baseball fan, for sure. Now, Jason in Flagstaff texted the show, and he said, I love USM, but let's slow down a bit. Said they beat State in a midweek game, 36 hours removed from an absolute 3-game gauntlet in Arlington. Enter Denny Green here saying, if you want to crown them, crown them. What a great rant. That's an all-time rant. Dennis Green, back when he was coaching. Was it when he was with Minnesota, or when he was at Arizona when he gave that rant? They are who we thought they were. Anyway, yeah, I get that. And Jason found out that after playing UCLA on Sunday, State's flight out of Texas had some issue, and they had to get vans and buses and drive them back to Hattiesburg. Welcome to big corporate travel, if you want to call it that, right? Traveling with a whole group of 50 people. One flight, it better work out, or else you're rent a bunch of vans. How many vans you got? And pile them in there and go play. Sounds like something from the old days. John in Rolling Fork texted the show. He says, what I want to know is who in the Sun Belt is going to win a series against Southern Miss. Yeah, generally dominant teams will have one maybe hiccup throughout the year where you go, oh, look at there. Somebody clipped them right there that particular way. But the rest of the time they're dominant. Now, I mean, that could happen. I just don't know. There's nobody you would pick for sure. The truth is, they're veteran, they're older, but they've got young talent like the kid from Ellisville that they put on the mound at the beginning of the game last night for Southern Miss. But there's 1 through 9, they are so tough. Another thing that you saw, and State was really good and gritty to get back in that game and get a lead, but throughout the ball game, you saw just how many good pitches are spoiled up there. There's not a lot of swing and miss. I mean, it's in the Southern Miss lineup. They're so tough. And on the mound, good stuff, good arms. They got a chance. I'm sticking with that, Jason. They have a chance. JS290 commented on YouTube and said Florida scored almost enough in the second half alone to beat State's scoring total. Feel bad for Neil having to call bad basketball. He says he'd rather be at the ballpark. And he said it sounds like Coach Williams has checked out on the season. Well, Coach Williams he wasn't feeling too hot there for a little while. Had a couple of things he had to take care of, and that kind of took him away from the microphone. But I think he's doing much better. Now, Lewis said Coach Williams hasn't been too impressed with the plan all year with this basketball team. 0 entry passes into the post, jacking up quick threes by non-shooters, not much creativity on offense. And you know, the other thing I just saw that, I mean, I had to do a double take when I saw it. I saw a thing today that said Sean Jones Jr. at Mississippi State, about to go through senior day, is the only senior in the entire Southeastern Conference in basketball that is at the school he began at. He's the only one. Now, how about that? Your texts, your comments, your calls coming up, plus headlines after this. Stick around.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. Local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82 counties in this entire state. And if anything does arise and you need to, run it up the chain or up the flagpole, the home offices for Farm Bureau Insurance are in Jackson, Mississippi. It's right here in the state of Mississippi. It doesn't get more local than and personal, the service that you get with Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi. I can't recommend them highly enough. And if you haven't, recently, let them give you a quote. Home, life, auto. It's Farm Bureau Insurance. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple, bun size, 3 links, bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire.
Y'all like coffee? I know you do. Check it out. Little High Point Roasters from New Albany, Mississippi. That is the breakfast blend. It's a whole bean. And if you notice, that's how much I've had already. Brazil Oberon. Not Orgeron or Orgeron, you LSU. No, Brazil Oberon. That ain't all. What we got there? What flavor is that? Papua New Guinea grade AA. Bring it on. High Point Roasters, New Albany, Mississippi. Roast it right there. That's whole bean. One more. I got more. Ah, tried and true. Magnolia.
What you think?
Right now on the Zone 1059 and worldwide at the Zone 1059.com.
Back with you in the Bureau. Now, today is a 1 hour show. I get to be with you for 1 hour. Nobody's fault but mine, I guess, because I got to go see a man about a tooth. I broke a tooth. Don't know how, don't remember when specifically. It broke. Got to go see somebody who can fix it. Yep. I hear that this is the kind of stuff that starts happening all the time when you get old. Random things just break. Yeah, so we're here with you 1 hour. Listen, Lewis commented on YouTube and said, wow, that's just crazy, Matt. The times have definitely changed in college athletics. I miss the days of knowing the names on the jerseys year to year. I mean, seriously. So I'll give it to you. Somebody else posted that information, and then I, reposted it with a little tip of the cap, but here it is. There are 22. Now, hang on. Now, this is there's a lot of numbers, and you got to think about how broad this is, Lewis. There are only 22 high major scholarship players who will celebrate senior night this week. And that have played just one place. So across the entire country, when we say high major, we're talking basketball. Across the country, 22 players, scholarship players at high major schools are going to celebrate senior night, having played at just one school. Mississippi State's Sean Jones Jr. is the only SEC senior to finish where he started. Senior night, you say? This is good, you say? Money, play that. We need the, and it was the theme song for Trump's show. Apprentice. Celebrity Apprentice. Money. So tip of the cap, total respect to Sean Jones Jr., a Bulldog from day one. The only senior in the entire SEC that's going to go through senior day at the school where he started. It's incredible for him. It's an incredible accomplishment by him. It's an incredible testament to Sean Jones Jr. And outside of him, it is absolutely pitiful. Lewis said, that's just sad. Hey, I got breaking news for you regarding the baseball schedule. It'll be our first headline. Here we go.
I'm Ron Burgundy, and this is what's happening in your world.
Good evening, and welcome to Eyewitness News.
Here's what's making news.
Headlines on the show brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Illuminate Bank. Find them online at mortgagemanms.com, mortgagemanms.com. Headline number one, Mississippi State and Lipscomb have agreed to adjust the start of the weekend baseball series due to forecasted inclement weather in the Starkville area. The series will now begin Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Time at Dudy Noble Field, with the gates opening at 4:30. The story said that moving the series opener to Thursday provides the best opportunity to complete all three games over the next 4 days. If you have a ticket for Game 1, you thought you were going on Friday, Game 1 tickets are going to be utilized for Thursday's game, and the date will be adjusted on digital tickets as well. Now, schedule adjustments for Games 2 and 3 of the series are still being evaluated. They're both monitoring it. We'll let you know. Stay tuned for further updates about the updates. Just know that if you thought you were going to watch Friday, Saturday, Sunday baseball in Stark Vegas. You won't. It'll start tomorrow night, Thursday. I like it. Gives us some baseball to watch earlier in the week. Hey, speaking of baseball to watch, just a reminder, Paul Skeens and all the rest of them on Team USA that are competing in the World Baseball Classic, which I'm just telling you, if you haven't watched games in the World Baseball Classic, they are so much fun. The U.S. is going to play Friday night, this Friday night, a 7 p.m. first pitch on Fox, USA versus Brazil. It's the first game for the U.S. team. I'm assuming Skeen's is going to throw game one, but I don't know that. Anyway, they're playing in prime time. You can watch it on TV Friday night. It'll be a lot of fun to watch. It's on Fox national broadcast. But here's what's fun, all right, about, and I've told you this before about the World Baseball Classic, just so you know. For example, you can, if you're like me and you wake up at around, 4 a.m. and you go get your coffee, and say good morning to Jasper, the Wonder Dog, and, give him a little snack as he wakes up and stretches. At 4 a.m. Friday morning, you can turn it on to FS1 and watch Japan versus Chinese Taipei. And it'll be incredible. It'll be incredible. And the atmosphere will be fantastic. And you let that thing stretch on to where teams start getting eliminated and you get into like somebody like, Japan, Chinese Taipei, the team from Mexico hosting games. And it's a sight to see. Korea, when they host games, it's a sight to see. It's intense. It's awesome. So anyway, USA Friday night. On to football, a couple of football headlines for you here. Hey, the Cowboys have reworked Dak Prescott's contract. How you feel about that, Philip Prince, wherever you are? The Dallas Cowboys have gotten under the $301 million salary cap today by restructuring the contracts of quarterback Dak Prescott, receiver CeeDee Lamb, and left guard Tyler Smith. And another headline I don't know that I'm terribly surprised, but I'm just, football guy here. This is going to hurt the Chiefs defense. It will. According to sources, the Chiefs are trading Trent McDuffie, an outstanding corner, to the Rams for 4 draft picks. Rams and Chiefs have agreed to a trade, sending all-pro cornerback Trent McDuffie, he's fantastic, to the Los Angeles Rams for a package of draft picks that includes the number 29 selection and the upcoming draft, 2026. So, you can do something about it. You can go draft and replace that, but he's proven. And maybe they just feel like, it was a thing that they could do, and you get 4 draft picks out of it all total. You can shore some things up. But anyway, those are your headlines. I don't like it as a Chiefs fan. Those are your but they generally do a pretty good job of that. Those are your headlines brought to you by the Mortgage Man Group, powered by Illuminate Bank. All right, back over to the text line, the country pleasing text line. Earlier talking baseball, Jason in Flagstaff said, that's Southern Miss's gimmick. They dominate their conference, beat up SEC teams in the midweeks, then get run out of their own regional or super by a 9th place ACC or SEC team. He says, I'd love to see them in Omaha, except at state's expense, but still. Well, Jason, and so I'll put my name on this, and then you can come back and, make me eat some crow if it happens. This Southern Miss team is different. This Southern Miss team is better than some of those really good ones they've had that did what you're talking about, because you're right. That has kind of been their MO. This one's different. That's what I believe. And I really like Coach Ostrander. Jones, JUCO to Southern Miss, that's it. He's not been a chase the money, run around all over the country guy. Super respect him and the way he goes about it. Then you look at what he's built. Here's the other thing. I find Southern Miss easy to pull for. No, not against State. I was pulling for State to win the game. If State plays Southern Miss, I'm pulling for State. I want State to win. Yeah, but I find Southern Miss outside of playing the Bulldogs really easy to like and easy to pull for, because you know what? They built it from scratch, and they don't have the advantages that, the LSUs and even the Mississippi States and the Ole Misses have. They don't have those advantages, and look at what they're doing. I find them easy to pull for. And as long as Southern Miss isn't playing the Bulldogs, I'll be SMTTTing to the top, as it were. More of your texts. Yeah, that's right. Now somebody brought Coastal Carolina. They and Southern Miss, cream of the crop in the Sun Belt, no doubt about it. Rolling along with you in the first hour, the only hour of the show today. Back after this. Stick around.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
The Junction Delis, convenience redefined, and Prince Oil Company, a match made in heaven. The Junction Deli, fueled by Prince Oil Company. Prince Oil Company has been fueling Central Mississippi since 1960. It's a pretty good little while. Wonderful people. Man, am I ever more tickled that they're a part of the show and I'm a part of their team now. As you know, if you listen to the radio show, I've been to the Junction in several different places around the state. I've bought gas just like you at a lot of places that are fueled by Prince Oil Company, and they are really wonderful people. By the way, that brand spanking new Junction Deli, Chevron, right across the highway from Germantown High School. It's in Canton, we say Gluckstadt. Do you realize they and other Junction Delis, they serve country-pleasing sausage over there on the buffet? They don't get much better than that. The Junction and Prince Oil Company. That's what I'm talking about. We'll be right back after this message from C Spire. My name is Matt Wyatt. I host the Matt Wyatt radio show out of my home using C Spire fiber.
And when we hit the road as a family, Matt's show goes with us, thanks to C Spire Wireless.
Its ultra-reliable nationwide network lets me broadcast live from anywhere.
And never miss a moment that matters.
Connecting you to what inspires you most on C Spire's blazing fast 5G network. And right now, get your choice of free phone. That's customer inspired. That's C Spire. Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer related business, outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash and a particular look that I've worked on, a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot. Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi, local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's
Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives
worldwide at thezone1059.com.
All right. Back with you. Lewis said earlier on the live stream, Southern was very impressive last night. State has to be able to block pitches are coming. Yeah, as you know, it's going to. He said, I like both teams. Both deserve to be top 10. Going to be a fun year. I think it is going to be a fun year. State is still in figure a few things out mode. I mean, they really are. But gosh, even State, you look at them, some of the things they do in rallying and showing toughness against a team like UCLA and clutch at bats late. Last night, same thing. They're down and all the momentum with the lights flickering after these big. Some kid hit one like 500 feet. I mean, it's all momentum, and then here they come. State comes right back in there, clutch, 2 out, 2 strike at bat, get the lead, stuff like that. And they're running big time arm after big time arm out there, including late, some young guys. State's loaded too. So I think we are going to have some fun. I really do. Jason said he's with me. He says, no, I'm with you. I hope USM does well. I'm just not buying into it again. He's been bitten by the buying into USM, he says, in the past, so he's going to wait. He's going to wait. All right, before buying in. ResDog texts the show and says, and I quote, and I think this is both for me and Jason. ResDog texted in and said, losing 2 games in a row is unacceptable. Fire Brian O'Connor. Yeah. Somebody texted, the Chiefs trade, sending McDuffie to the Rams. He says you get 4 draft picks for the highest paid DB in the NFL. Yeah. It said, one of those is a first rounder this year, but it didn't say what the others were or when they were. That's the thing that I'm curious about. Delta Tide fan. Fishing. We're talking fishing with pictures to boot. My man went bass fishing. They loaded up. Look at him throwing it's called a trick worm. Hook it in the middle. Or is that a wacky rig? It's, trick worm. They're all similar. I guess a trick worm would be a floating worm, whereas a wacky rig would be a little bit different. I can't quite tell there, but that's something similar to that. Maybe I'm just seeing it wrong. And then he says, this is why I buy the Gear Guard extra warranty whenever I buy stuff in Bass Pro. Between my wife and I, we've absolutely been hitting on all 12 cylinders when it comes to catching fish, putting them in a pond. He's a Lew's fan. Lew's rods and reels. Does Lew's even still make reels? I know they make rods. Back in the day, everybody that threw crankbaits religiously wanted that Lew's reel. On the last fishing trip, last fish of the day, did that to my rod. What did it do, though? I don't see the picture of what happened to the rod. Did it break? But I see it now. Yeah. All right. So it snapped in half. Wow. So if you're saying that because of the warranty that comes with buying stuff at Bass Pro, snap it in half, you take it back to them, they're going to replace it? Really? He said it'll be a Lew's combo. The warranty on any product under $500 costs $20, but it covers the product for up to 2 years. That's actually a good deal. And if anything happens to it, even if it's your fault, Gear Guard's going to replace it free of charge. That is a good investment. I mean, $20 on probably what that combo costs you what? It probably cost you $75, $60, $75 minimum. And then some of those are going to be much more than that. Thanks for sending that, Delta Tide fan. I'm going to keep that in mind the next time I walk into Bass Pro looking to drop some. Got some money burning a hole in my pocket. Scott, atta boy, with a picture. He caught a chunk. Largemouth. Great weekend fishing. Caught this one off the dock and threw it back. So I'm looking here. You measured it. It's 2 feet long, 24 inches long. That's a big fish. You know, laying down with his mouth shut, it's kind of hard, or hers. Looks like a female. She's probably about to lay some eggs. So it's a good thing you threw her back, so she'll go and spawn. But I'm guessing somewhere in the neighborhood of that's a, what are you talking about right there? Probably 7, 8 pounds, 6 at least. It may be as much as 8. As fat as that largemouth is. Thanks for the picture. You got me wanting to go. Too busy doing other stuff. Okay, somebody sent me, here's the other picks that the Chiefs are getting in that McDuffie trade, along with pick number 29 this year. Chiefs get a 5th round and 6th round this year, and then a 3rd round pick next year. Okay, so, you know, again, you got to shore up some stuff. You can put 3 players in the boat to get rid of one, and one of those is a 1st rounder, and just trust your ability to identify players. Yeah. All right. So, and Delta Tide fan, if that combo cost you $120, rod and reel, then a $20 deal, gear guard from Bass Pro, it breaks in half. They just replace it. You're right. That's smart. That's a smart man right there. Was I in the ballpark on identifying what that purple worm you caught that bass on? I could see in a picture. Is it wacky rigged, or you don't want to tell me? That looks like a jig head rigged halfway down the middle of that 6-inch worm. So that would be wacky rig right there, right? Okay. All right. I'll stop asking questions. All right. See, I'm the same way. Jason said, dadgum, I spent more than $20 on one of those Alabama rig gimmicks several years ago. Wait a minute. So you actually bought the big umbrella Alabama rig deal? The multiple arms on it, Jason? You have any success with it? Jason, I know that you like when Larry Pugh comes on the show, former fisheries biologist with Wildlife Fisheries and Parks, and then he became the deputy director, and now he's retired and fishing and playing golf. And boy, he's loving this warming water temps and sunshine and all that, and the ground drying out in North Mississippi and play golf. But you've heard Larry come on a bunch, and I've talked to him before about, you know, it's a great thing, certain times, certain places, you know, in big water and Bay Springs and Pickwick, throwing that big Alabama rig. But he talks about how it will absolutely wear you out throughout the course of the day. You know, one, casting it, because you're using a big 7-foot rod to cast this thing, you know, make these long casts. But then 2, retrieving it all day, because it's really has so much drag and it's so heavy. And he says it'll wear you out. Well, it wear normal people out, Jason. I don't know about you, but those of us who are just we got regular muscles, it wears us out. I was right. Delta Tide fan. It's called a wacky rig with a straight tail worm. Somewhere between 4 and 7 inches long. So for you die hard, whether you own one of those glitter missiles, I will never forget it. Real see that our crappie man calling these bass fishermen flying around on the lake in their glitter missiles. Whether you are one of those kind of fishermen or you just own the bank like me, but you're a diehard. Here's what's happening. You're either working outside, you know, doing something outside, or driving around. Okay. You're seeing the red bud trees starting to pop out everywhere. You're seeing that bright yellow and purple out in the fields, you know. green around the ponds, whatever those, I don't, whether the popcorn trees, whatever you want to call them, you're seeing all that. And you look at those bodies of water when you drive by them and you think, if I could just go there at daylight, like just before the sun pops up and as it's popping up, and throw that topwater frog with some braided line, I know I could get a bass or two to blow up on it. If that's you, just know you're not the only one. The rest of us are doing the same thing. We are looking for opportunities to go. And we're going to take some pictures. Fish selfies. I'm good at those. It's my favorite kind of selfie. A little bit of time left with you when we come back here in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Stick around.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Well, look at what we have here. Christmas come early. Boom. Little green onion country pleasing. That's not all. Little original smoked sausage flavor. That's not all. Jalapeno and cheddar. It has to be one of my favorite, just judging by how much of that stuff I eat. Oh, can't forget. Andouille. Don't be saying andouille, it's andouille. And last, but not least, pork and pineapple, bun size, 3 links, bun size. Look at that right there. Be careful. Come on with it. It's mine. Come here, jalapeno. Oh, that's all mine. Country pleasing sausage.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to my photography studio downtown Tupelo. Everybody needs a headshot, especially if you're in the professional world, in sales, any sort of customer related business, outreach business, anything like that. Everybody needs a headshot. Here at my photography studio in Tupelo, we do a lot more than just headshots, but we're kind of focusing on headshots for that very reason, because everybody needs it. Let me show you a little something about it. One thing I'm able to do here is sort of have 2 to 3 different looks in a small space that we can do in a short amount of time. Several different looks and styles of lighting with studio equipment, studio lighting. Some with flash, and a particular look that I've worked on, a constant lighting scenario where you sit down, the lights are already on, you lean in, and we kind of illuminate the whole face. And we get several options in the studio in a short amount of time. Here's 2 priorities for me when I shoot headshots. One is it has to look like you. Okay, none of this fake stuff. The other goal is it's got to look like you at your best. And that's my job as a photographer. And I've got a lot of experience over the years, and I feel really confident I can do that for you. I would love to schedule a session for you here at the studio in downtown Tupelo. I'm above the Reed's Gift Shop, just off of Troy Street, the corner of Troy and Spring. If you can't get to Tupelo, that's okay. Let's talk about it, because we can pack the studio up and come to you if the schedules fit and that sort of thing. I'd love to help you with your headshots. I think everybody needs them. I'm inviting you to please email me, reach out. You can go to my website, mattwyattmedia.com, email address matt@mattwyattmedia.com, and let's talk about your headshot.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Farm Bureau Insurance in Mississippi, local agents in all 82 counties. So here's what that means. You have that fender bender, hopefully you don't, but let's say you do at an odd time. Something goes on. It's Saturday night at 11 p.m. You don't have to wait until Monday morning to call some 800 number and talk to someone 3 states away. You've got your agent's phone number right there on your phone because you go to church with him. Your kids go to school together. He lives right down the road. You see each other at the ball games on Friday nights. So it's personal with your local Farm Bureau insurance agent in all 82. All right, back with you. I've got a little bit of time left with you here today. It's an abbreviated show here today on this Wednesday because I broke a tooth back here in the back. Yeah, it's rattling around back there. Gross, isn't it? Show did break. Got to go see a man about it. Yeah, my dentist, I don't know him that well because I hardly ever go. But he's a great guy. He's an Ole Miss fan. He's a big Ole Miss fan. Should I wear my interlocking MSU shirt to the dentist today? Big Ole Miss fan. I don't know. Let me know. Text me. You got a few minutes left with you. Also, programming note, Friday at this time, you will be listening to state championship basketball, state championship MHSAA basketball from the Big House. So you'll have live coverage of that on the radio this time, Friday. So we got this today, and then I'll be with you tomorrow. We'll preview the weekend of baseball and then head on into championship basketball on Friday. And just a note, in case you just tuned in, State and Lipscomb are going to play a 3-game series this weekend in baseball, but they moved it up because of weather coming in and out throughout the weekend. So they've agreed they're going to play game 1 tomorrow, Thursday. First pitch at 6. Gates open at 4:30 at Duty Noble tomorrow, Thursday. So make that note. Today is the 50th anniversary of the 100th episode of The Waltons, airing on whatever it aired on. I don't know what network carried it. That's a great show. If you don't know what the Waltons are, you need to know. It was on for 9 seasons from 72 to 1980. I mean, it was a staple of the 1970s. The Waltons. And on this day in 1976, exactly 50 years ago, is that right? 50. They had the 100th episode. It was called The Collision. Look it up. You know, not only did they have 9 seasons of the Waltons on television, they had 6 television movies made of the Waltons too. Like, it was super popular in the 70s. It was up there with the Partridge Family and MASH, and Little House on the Prairie, and the ABC Sunday Night Movie and all that stuff. So, yeah, look that one up. If you're into the nostalgia and the throwback stuff, look it up. Will commented on YouTube, happy hump day, Matt. Sad that the Bulldogs couldn't get the win. We're right there to being an Omaha team this year. Just need to dial it. Yeah, you know, for anybody, whether it's State or Southern Miss or UCLA or Ole Miss or anybody, you know, the deal is you got to play your best once you get into the postseason. You spend all year long setting yourself up to hopefully be high seeded and be able to host and play at home and give yourself the best chance possible to get to Omaha, right? To be one of those 8 teams left. That's what the whole regular season really is about, is setting yourself up to play your best then in the postseason. And I don't know when the appropriate time is to remind you about the SEC tournament for baseball, but I'll just say it won't ever be lost on me that the year that State won it all, the national championship, they went 2 and barbecue at the SEC tournament and got run ruled in both games. They didn't even show up. Like, it was not worth the gas that it cost them to put in Everett's bus to drive over there. They stunk it up. It was like they were trying their best to lose. Got run ruled twice. They look pitiful. Then turn around and win the whole thing. And so let's not include the SEC tournament. What is the purpose of it? Well, one, it's a heck of a lot of fun for the fans who go. Okay, so there's that. It's a heck of a lot of fun for the fans who go. Number two, it does provide an opportunity because of the way the RPI stuff works. It does provide an opportunity for like one or two teams every year that are right there, bubblish, that, you know, you make the right run at the SEC tournament because it's neutral site and because of the teams you'll be playing against. It's actually going to help your RPI. So benefits a couple teams, one, maybe two, and it's super fun for the fans. The rest of it is, you know, I don't know, maybe there's, you know, you're going to go, there's one way to play, and that is all out and try to win. And so lots of times the good teams do win it, but it's not an indicator, and it's really not important as it pertains to trying to make that run to Omaha. It's just not. And lots of teams have shown and kind of proven that over the years. Let's see. Yeah, you do have tonight, after beating Mississippi State last night, Southern Miss is playing tonight, 11-1 Golden Eagles at Pete Taylor Park, 6 p.m. first pitch with Nichols State, or used to be Nichols State. They just call them Nichols now. Nichols is 6-8, making a short drive from Louisiana up to Hattiesburg. Pretty cool deal. Also in Louisiana, you got Louisiana Lafayette. You know, they have a really neat atmosphere at their place there in Lafayette. They're hosting LSU. So that place will be busting at the seams tonight for midweek baseball. Elsewhere around the SEC. All right, I'll tell you who, what, when. Georgia's got Western Carolina today at 3, or actually 2. Tennessee is hosting Oakland at 3. Troy goes to Vandy. Vandy has lost how many games in a row? 4? I think Vandy's lost 4 in a row. UC Irvine, Arizona, Oregon, and then lost last night to Central Arkansas at home there in Nashville, 5-4. So in comes Troy, who's competitive and, you know, who's won some games and some midweek stuff. Who was it Troy beat? Auburn? Who was the SEC team that Troy turned around and beat? Georgia. That's who it was. Troy beat Georgia in Athens last week, 6-5. So they're capable, and they go to Vandy trying to give them their 5th loss in a row. Florida hosts Florida A&M. Ole Miss is going to host UNA, North Alabama. The Lions of North Alabama. Tonight at 6:30 at Swayze. Alabama plays Alabama State in Montgomery. So there's some other midweek baseball if you just dying for something to turn on. I will reiterate this too. I touched on it in headlines. This Friday is when the USA team plays its first game in the World Baseball Classic. You know, it's not my job to promote that thing, but I'm just telling you in the past when I have watched it, when it comes around every 3 or 4 years, like the Olympics, whatever it is pretty neat to have a little stretch where you watch these teams from all over the world and as early as 4 and 5 in the morning. It's really neat. They're not the only one, but yeah. So this Friday night, you get the United States versus Brazil, 7 p.m. on Fox. And then Team USA will turn around and play again on Saturday night on Fox against Great Britain. So there's that. USA takes Sunday off, and then they play Mexico on Monday. So I get into watching it. It's always a lot of fun for me to watch some of those. What is it? Delta Tide fan? Country Please and text line? Yeah, that's right. I was talking about, you know, fishermen, diehards. We start looking around this time of year going, I need to go. I got to get out there. Just like daylight. He said, the old saying is this: When the dogwoods start blooming, the bass will be spawning. When the red buds start blooming, the crappie starts spawning. I heard that too. Maybe it's true. You know, it is true. It basically is true. I mean, how are you going to prove it? Anyhow, thanks for being with me for an hour. I'm off to the dentist, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Same time, same place, here in the Bureau. For Beaver, I'm Matt. All of us on the show. See you then. See ya.